people praise the Son more than they praise the Father. And that's what I don't like.
Okay. We notice what happened here? NLE Choppa put something serious on the table. Something that challenged the foundation of the very theology that is allegedly shared by the individuals who are sitting at that table. The very theology that is at the foundation and weaved into the fabric of the black experience in this country. And all anybody has to say is, have you read the Bible? You should read it again. Alright, so I'm going to take a look at this episode where NLE Choppa joins Kirk Franklin. Apparently Kirk Franklin has a podcast. The first I'm hearing about this. This is called Den of Kings. This one's featuring Kevin on stage, Ray J, Dr. J Barnett, Jonathan Majors, and NLE the Great. I guess he changed his name from NLE Choppa on mental wealth as opposed to mental health. So I see some clips of this. Interesting stuff. Again, I was requested by somebody, a sister just near and dear, one of my closest sisters. So she asked if I can do it. So I said, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it for her. And it's interesting though. I certainly think it's worth taking a look at. It's about an hour and 45 minutes. Good Lord.
The table is that for a lot of us, let's call it what it is, religious trauma.
Yeah.
What we're dealing with a lot at this table is because we have had people make us feel bad.
You know why though?
Religious trauma and church trauma is a very, very real thing that people don't want to talk about, and it exists in all forms, frankly, of quote-unquote spirituality. It can be anything, anywhere, anything you believe in. It's not relegated and limited simply to Christianity or Islam or anything like that. I've seen, witnessed, and also experienced traumatic events in quote-unquote religious or spiritual systems. I've experienced and observed, right? And frankly, they weren't traditional or Christian, right? That I'm talking about that I experienced, for sure. So that's a very real thing that people don't want to talk about. And there's very problematic, detrimental behavior that's normalized in a lot of religious institutions, exiling, ostracizing, all these various things for unwarranted causes, very highly detrimental, very highly maladaptive socially. And nobody talks about it, and it's normalized and it's praised. And that definitely has to be addressed.
It's a thing where you have us here as people, you have God, and then this is what happened. We got to go through all these different things to get primarily the source. Primarily the source. You know what I have a problem with? One of the things I have a problem with, and it may be controversial. A lot of people may say this and may say that. I don't like, let me say it in a manner to where it's extremely intelligent. Let me think on it. In Christianity, it's a thing where people praise the Son more than they praise the Father. And that's what I don't like.
Okay.
Because if we are...
Before he go any further, let's unpack that. I'm with him. In Christianity, here's the problem. People praise the Son more than they praise the Father. This is a fact. I've heard Christian criticism where people say, hey, our beliefs are, Christ-centric. It's centered around Christ. Well, I have no problem with Christ being a central figure. Any person who reads the complete volume of the Bible, what are labeled Old and New Testament, certainly would view who the world knows as Jesus Christ, as a central figure for sure. But he's not the Most High. He's not the Father. Now, some people will come with the Trinitarian perspective and say, oh, well, the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, they're one in nature and God. Okay, but he's not the Father. So let's just, I just want to utilize NLE's actual phraseology in this instance. The Father, right? The Father should, by virtue of being the Father, be worthy and receive the most praise from the children, right? Not only is it logical, not only is it rational, it is certainly the deduction and conclusion that one would come to after reading the biblical text for what it says should be prescribed to not only God for being God, but as a child to a father, right? So there's nothing that he's saying here as it is to this point, as it stands, that anybody really can object to, frankly. But let's keep going.
Man made in a likeness. Jesus is our brother. You get what I'm saying? Why would I drop down and praise my brother instead of praising my father?
Now, here's where I can walk with you. Why would I drop down and praise my brother instead of praising my father? I don't believe that would be logical. But here's the problem. That's not what the Bible tells you to do. Christianity tells you that the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are one thing. So praising the Son, the Father, and the Spirit, to them, that's all one thing, right? But frankly, are you supposed to praise the Son? Well, yes, you are. That's very plain and very clear. You're not supposed to do it instead of praising the Most High God. They don't get the same type of praise. One is not honored in sacred ceremony. Only God is. So, let's just explore this here, right? Because sometimes people can go a little too far off, and I feel them and I hear them, right? Let's go to Psalms 2. This is key, right? Watch this. This is Psalms 2 and 12. Kiss the Son, right? Prophetically here in the book of Psalms, the psalmist is referring prophetically to the Son, to who you call Christ, Yahushua, right? Kiss the Son, lest he be angry. Who's going to be angry? The Lord. Serve the Lord. Now look, 11. Start at 11. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry. Who is the he? The Lord that you're serving. Now, the Lord is who you serve. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And ye perish from the way. If you don't kiss the Son, right? Now, kiss is Hebraic slang and a Hebraic idiom, which means to praise, right? Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him, who the Lord who you serve, right? So now if we go to Matthew, we go to the beginning, the introduction of the ministry of who you call Christ, Yahushua, right? He's tempted here by Satan. And this is what he says in Matthew 4 and 10. Thus saith Jesus unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, the Most High, the Father, and him only shalt thou serve. So the sacred service, right? The worship, the true form of worship, not worship in the form of respect, the truest form of worship, which is in sacred service, is to God and God alone. And Jesus himself makes that abundantly clear. So no, nobody should praise the Son instead of the Father. And the type of praise that's rendered unto the Son is distinct, is different entirely from the type of praise that is rendered unto the Father. But also you have men being praised. You have people that get praised all throughout the Bible. But the greatest man is Jesus, right? The Son. But nothing is greater than the Father, and the Son makes that abundantly clear right here in Matthew 4 and 10. Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only, right? Him only, singular. Him only, singular, right? Shalt thou serve. He wasn't referring to himself. He's referring to somebody outside of himself, which is the Most High God. Let's get back to this.
And that goes back to honoring your parents.
I just gotta say something.
Good.
Have you read the Bible?
I read the Bible. I listen to the Bible. I receive from source straight.
I would say read it again.
Number one, always go back and read it. But Jonathan, I think you're telling him to read it again because you're taking issue to something he's saying due to your Christian belief, but you have no clue where to go and combat what he's saying. So you're just prescribing that he read the entire book again as if somehow he'll magically find the answer. But if you understand this book and how alive this book is, as it is inspired by the Most High God, the Word of God is contained within the book known as the Bible. If you understand that this book is so alive that every time you read it, you're going to find more and more. And things that you previously read over or thought you had a full grasp on, you're going to get an even deeper understanding on in future reading. So you saying that didn't help your cause at all. It's not helpful to NLE. It doesn't answer anything he's saying. You probably really should have just put your hand over your mouth.
Sir.
Let me ask you a question, Ray J. How has it been for you coming from the space where you had to go through this? You were raised in church.
Now notice what happened. Can we notice what happened here? NLE Choppa put something serious on the table, something that challenged the foundation of the very theology that is allegedly shared by the individuals who are sitting at that table, the very theology that is at the foundation and weaved into the fabric of the black experience in this country. And all anybody has to say is, have you read the Bible? You should read it again. And this is what we mean when we say the older generations have failed. This is what we mean when we say that the religious this is what we mean when we say the institution of Christianity and church has failed. Because here this brother is speaking from his own personal experience and an objection that he has to something that's supposed to be a fundamental tenet of Christianity, which is veneration of the Son and the Godhead of the Son and the Trinity and all these various things. And nobody even cares to sit down and even explain their perspective, correct him, give him scripture. Nobody had anything for him. That was inexcusable and ridiculous. Let's keep going.
Seen different things that have not been always good. How have you processed when it comes to dealing with your own journey of health, mental health, trying to be a strong man? How have you sometimes had the conflict of what to pray away and what to go seek help for, how to address issues that you may go through as a black man that is sometimes seeing faith not always in the best way or the right way or the wrong way? Has any of that ever been your experience?
I hate church.
Why?
Well, first off, because they always sit me in the back. And I'm like, damn. All right.
But does it make you not feel good enough?
I mean, I'm way back there, yo. Then they put me in the front of the church, and I'm like, in the front, I start sweating.
I'm telling y'all now, anybody who's taking Ray J serious with damn near anything he's doing right now, outside of course, what he was doing, you know, during that Mafia-thon and having people donate them subs and all that, yeah, that was serious. But Ray, I'm telling y'all, is in character. He's trolling everywhere he goes, and he's doing it very brilliantly and on a genius level. And if you want more of this, definitely go sub up to bro's Twitch. At least follow it. I can't miss it. This guy, I'm talking about the level of entertainment that he's providing, and he's not going out of character. You see how he's talking? I hope y'all ain't stupid enough to truly take this seriously and y'all not just simply enjoying this as entertainment with Ray J, because that's all it is.
Sweating, yo, real bad. Like, I'm supposed to be at the front. And then,
Were you nervous when you said that?
nah, I just was up there like, yo, I'm a real sinner. And then,
We all are. But what do you do, Ray J, when it comes to the journey of trying to find what the solution is for you when you are dealing with those areas in life that are too big for you and they affect your mental health? They affect the emotions that whether you can't pray away or you can't do something away, is because a lot of times as men, you know, we have these things that help get us through, whether it's sex, whether it's drinking, whether it's drugs, you know, and this is historical for us as men. Work, you know what I mean? We've always tried to find something to help us get through.
We need that. We need that. It'll never be a day where we don't have to find peace in something.
like, at the end of the day, like,
We get our
I
advice.
feel you. Like, damn, that shit, it, like, hurt me. It, like, really hurt me, like, to see what you went through, bro, because that shit just, that's not cool. It's just like,
So now, Ray J, when you hear these stories about how people can cope through what they go through, what has been the most beautiful lesson that has been given to you on how to survive being famous, being a celebrity, being in the public, having to deal with the scrutiny and all those things? What has been the thing that has kept you together so that you were able to just stand strong as a young black man?
first off, I want to say to NLE, like, I fuck with you, and I appreciate you, really genuinely trying to, like, make sure you say what you feel and from your experiences, and also put out this word where it can help people, because a lot of people listening, and I respect that. I do, man. But, like, and when I was 22, bro, nobody could tell me nothing. 22, 23, 24, 34, 36, right? It's all different. 42, 40, right? It's different. But in his situation, he's right there. And that's where it's at. So it don't matter what we say about the years that we put in after, and what happens to the years after that is a little bit different, and it gets a little trickier, right? But when I was 22, when I'm 22, that's all you can tell me. And the OGs, they used to tell me shit, and I'd be like, for sure, OG, much respect. All right, cool. That nigga don't know what he's talking about in my mind, and walk away, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I always show
We
him,
all did.
you know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
go, he like, for sure. He like, and I'm telling you, man. He like, all right, man. And you like, you don't know what you're talking about, because I know what I'm talking about, right? But 22 and 32 is different, and 42 is different. And the way you going is, like, if you keep your head on straight like that, and know that at any time, everything could change, like in 1 second.
It's
And
already done. It's done it multiple times. Yes, sir.
Meaning what?
And it's done. It's changed multiple times.
But what I'm saying is, no, it is, but it hasn't changed. Like, you don't understand it yet. You don't
I
understand.
don't understand what yet.
What 32 looks like.
Yeah, I do not. You're
Yeah,
right.
what 42 looks like. There's no but to it.
No, it is a but.
No, it's not.
The way that you looked at the
Ain't no but to it. And the thing with me, and I can see what exactly what Ray is saying too. You know, I remember what 22 was like vividly. I remember what 12 was like. I remember all my younger years, and the perspective that's now 34. If it be the will of the Lord, I'm about a little over 2 weeks from 35. 34 don't look like 33, let alone 23, let alone 22. You see what I'm saying? So, but a lot of times when we're in them young ages, we think we got it all figured out. And then when we get older, we come to realize we don't got it all figured out, and we just embrace the process and the lessons and the wisdom that we gain and learn through time and through experience. When you acting like you got it all figured out, that's when you are far as fuck from having it all figured out, even if you have a good grasp on certain things. Because these things, this enlightenment that he's getting now, the way, if he continues on in his path, it's going to be shaped and molded and seasoned, is going to be exponentially greater than what it is right now. But he just thinks because he has some profound information at a young age and it sets him apart, or he recognizes the deficit between him and a lot of the peers in his age bracket, or even people older. It's kind of puffing him up, and the Bible talk about that knowledge puffeth up. But time is a motherfucker, and it's arguably one of the greatest teachers. Time is a motherfucker, and we understand you're young and you've had success and you've probably lived multiple lives and you'll live many more, right? Within this one life, I mean.
The OGs, and you said he don't know what he's talking about. The same way I look at the OGs and I receive what I can and I take it with a grain of salt and apply what I can't. I apply what I can and I leave what I can't. You feel me?
But are you eager to listen tonight?
Have I not?
I don't think so. Not yet.
No, you're not eager to listen tonight, and that's, a lot of times people be thinking because they're sitting there and they let people talk that they were eager to listen, and he wasn't eager to listen. He didn't come into that situation from just the parts here that I've observed, recognizing that he came at a table with older brothers who've lived more, have more life experience than he does, and to come to that table and just sit down and with humility soak up. Because that's the thing, like he said, he listens to the OGs. I always listen to older, not just OGs, because when I think about OGs, I'm thinking about big homies and fellow gang members. Not just them, just older people in general. I always made it a point to listen to and receive information, or like I like to say, soak up game from. Right? So let's go. Make thyself not equal. It's going to be here in the Apocrypha. Sirach 32:9. If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, men that are older than you, use not many words. And you were using a lot of words. So the wisdom that is dispensed to us through the Holy Spirit in the words in the text that is the Bible, of course, this book being removed in 1789 with the Protestant Reformation. This book was always incorporated in the Bible. The Catholics still have it in their 72 book canon. The original, again, 80 book canon featured this book. It tells us when ancient men are in place, use not many words. So he was eager far more to contribute words in this conversation than he was to receive words. And that is contrary to wisdom, because a wise man would have recognized all the age and the combined age and experience of all those men at that table as brothers in the entertainment industry, in life, with the word of God, things of that nature, and recognize that and come and sit at that table and be ready to soak up game. Not that he should have been silent. He definitely had contributions to make to the conversation, and he definitely had an objection to Christianity that certainly should have been addressed. Yet and still, he should have not used many words when those ancient men were in place. And that's what Ray is calling out. Again, a lot of people, Ray is up there trolling, and he's in troll mode a lot, but that's some real shit that he just said. Hands down. Right? Let's keep going.
It's all good. I apply what I can and I leave what I can't. You feel me?
But are you eager to listen tonight?
Have I not?
I don't think so. Not yet.
It's all good. If you don't think I listen, then I know I'm listening though. I listen to this brother's story and I relate. Listen to this brother's story. I relate. He said he overdosed. And nobody talk about time when I drove into a tree, to a light pole trying to, Wow. I got my own instances too. I'm just, I'm a little bit too, probably it looks as if I'm trying to keep it hidden. No, but if I put it on the front line and I just go step by step, day by day, y'all will say, damn, you went through all of that?
The young man doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. The young man simply does not get it. I listen to his story, I relate. I listen to his story, I relate. Notice how you're making it about you. You're making it about you relating to life experiences that two of the individuals that are seated at the table had. And that's not what Ray is talking about. Ray is talking about you being eager to receive the information and the wisdom, the game in which that's being dispensed. It's not about relating to the personal stories. It's about you learning the lessons from the things that are being said by everybody. But instead you go and you point out the two individuals who have similar experiences to you that you can relate to. Narcissistically drawing back to you, and now you talking about, oh, people talk, I can talk about all these various things. Y'all gonna be like, damn, we went through that. Narcissism.
By 22, that's why I'm so far ahead, because I've already lived enough and I've learned. See,
so you feel like you feel like you're far ahead. How far do you feel like you're ahead?
I feel I'm far enough ahead to have a conversation with y'all, because I bet if y'all bring another 22-year-old, he won't be able to talk like this. You feel me? I feel mature.
Talk like what?
Hey. This nigga Ray, man. But talk like what? But talk like what? Hold on, man. Let me call the captain. Man, hold on, man. Let me call the captain.
Shalom.
Yeah, I'm watching this shit now. This nigga Ray, dog. This nigga Ray is great. He said this nigga NLE gonna say, another 22-year-old wouldn't be able to talk like this with y'all. That nigga said, talk like what? Like, you're just so profound, nigga.
Bro, did you notice that the transition and the shift came right after nigga they gassed him up? They said, how old are you, man? He was like, I'm 22. And they like, what? 22? Oh, man. He started feeling himself, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
started feeling himself, and it went left. And Ray said, I can't take this anymore.
It's too much narcissism, and it's so clear what's going on here. And he's going, and when Ray's like, I don't think that you get it, and I'm just going, Choppa, you don't get it. You'd have no clue. You're trying to tell us how figured out you have it. And what we're telling you is, when you get to our age, you embrace the fact that none of us got it figured out.
None of us got it figured out, because even with how sold and how convinced you are, and it's a beautiful thing that what you're learning, the suggestions you're giving, they're great. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Outside of, did you get to the part where he was like, we shouldn't pray to the Son?
I got, when he was talking about we shouldn't praise the Son instead of the Father, I watched that. I went into that already. Nobody really even addressed it when he said it, though. That was crazy.
Bro, because well, I mean, outside of Jonathan Major,
just saying, read. Exactly. That was, nigga, you had nothing to say. That was all you had.
Bro, he didn't have anything to say, but again, it just spoke to his immaturity. You know what I mean? It was just like, I know I'm not going to go back and forth with this. Me and you know he didn't have shit to say. Mm-hmm. But when you see the rest of it go, the way the rest of the interview went, it gives Jonathan Majors the excuse to say, it wasn't no talking to that young man. Even though I didn't have shit, I now can use this. I got
the cop out.
And if you when you finish it, bro, you're gonna see, man, Kirk Franklin, bro, masterfully controlled that room. Because that nigga, bro, he wouldn't stop.
Yeah, and he doesn't get it. When that nigga said, "Are you eager to listen?" Right? They're like, you're not eager to listen, bro.
But in his mind, he's ready.
No, in his mind, he's just a fucking 22-year-old. He just thinks he got it. So he goes.
Oh, that was me.
That nigga said, you haven't been listening. He said, I've been listening. I heard his story. I relate. I'm going, yeah, you're making it about you. You heard what's about you.
Talk and know what you
sound, but you sound intelligent and you sound like you mean well, but you just have no clue of what this thing is.
What the thing is.
The thing is time.
No. I want to hear him.
Time.
Okay. Time, right? Time.
Not timing, but time. Time.
Within time, what do you feel is going to be revealed within time that I'm not already understanding?
All right.
Everything. Every motherfucking thing. Come on, okay? Everything.
I'm listening.
And I think what Ray J is really saying, Arthur C. Brooks talk about crystallized knowledge and fluid knowledge.
Yes, sir.
And crystal knowledge is what we've acquired with age and with time.
Yes, sir.
And I would see which honor and respect yours is fluid. And what he's saying is there's so much more to be revealed, and because you're at that position, you're going to learn it. So I don't think he's not saying that you're not. What he's saying is that as you stay on the path, you will continue to receive more and more.
But we have to debate. We have to have a debate, because if we don't debate it, then there's no point to be here.
My thing is, my maturity didn't come from age; it just came from learning where I messed up at. That's what I'm saying. Is that?
He just said, so what he knows came from learning where he messed up at. That come with age. That it takes time to learn from your mistakes, to make a decision, right? To observe the impact of that decision and what it negatively has on you or the people around you or in any specific circumstance. And then to be able to retrospectively observe it, dissect it, and realize where you went wrong so you do not repeat that mistake takes time.
Now where maturity come from? Does it come with age, or does it come with learning and breaking the cycles that you're supposed to?
That's a good question.
Is that not?
No, I'm gonna answer you. I think it's a combination of things, right? So you grew up in Memphis, right? A lot of violence, from what you were saying, right? So you've seen a lot of things that a lot of people haven't seen, right? So that's a lot of experience, right? But I'm 42, Kirk 55. There's certain things that I'm gonna give you a silly example. I'm gonna give you a silly example. Have you heard of Labubus?
Labubus?
Yeah, the little.
That's where the 22 come in at. No.
Okay, so Labubu, no, it's happening now. Labubus are little like stuffed animals, and my niece is like 9. It is the biggest thing in her world.
Yes,
she's never seen nothing else. She's like, I gotta have a Labubu. We gotta stand in line for 2 hours for a Labubu. And me and my wife and sister, and that's a difference. So Labubus for her is the biggest thing in the world, and it's really just a stuffed animal.
Yes, sir.
So to her, this is the first time she's seeing it. It's on TV, it's on the news. At 42, I realized Labubu ain't nothing but Pokemon cards,
yes, sir.
Beanie Babies,
okay.
Tickle Me Elmo, okay. Pet Rocks, Game Boys, whatever.
What's the point?
I'm gonna get to the point. The point is, when you were hearing Labubus, you think, oh my God, this is crazy. I've never seen anything else like that, because it's your first experience. This is her. When you're my age, you're like, this is 6th, 7th time I've seen this, but everybody who's experienced it for the first time, I remember what it was like when I was like, I gotta have a Tamagotchi. The world is Tamagotchi. I gotta have this. Mommy, please. And now I've seen that happen once every 2 or 3 years. So that at 9 or at 22, you can only know that revolution's only happened one time, 2 or 3 times. But when you're 42 or 55, you have literally, like Ray J said, you have actual time. There's experience where you have experiences, and then there's experience where you've experienced things over time.
That's your daughter does that?
My niece.
Your niece.
Yeah.
My daughter does that with me. So it's the same thing. At 22, I used to love SpongeBob as a kid.
Right.
It came back into fruition.
Let me jump in real quick, guys.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, let me jump in real quick. Go. No, finish. No, finish. Go ahead, King. Finish. Yes, sir.
Ray J.
Yeah, thank you. I've been trying to say something. No, ahead, I'm just saying, NLE is my, and he's smart as fuck, and he's his own. You carved out your own way, so you understand.
I would see that.
You understand by being your own boss. So nobody can really tell you nothing.
No, that's not true.
No. Let me just finish. That's not true.
That nobody can tell me.
No, I know. No, you listen. No, you listen too. No, you listen too. No, you listen too. But what I'm saying is, you're like, think about it. And I know your mom. I know you, like, you manifested where you are right now.
Yes, sir.
So you understand that.
The grace of God.
Cool. That's what you feel.
That's what I know.
Got it. Now, do you feel like you're at that experience level to where you can tell these and give these some advice?
Do
like,
I?
Really?
Hell of a question. Hell of a question. Let's see how this question gets handled.
You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you can give Jonathan Major some advice?
Do I feel I'm at that level?
Yeah, not successful.
No, that's a good question.
I'm talking about experience.
Knowledge-wise, right?
Yeah, do you feel like that?
I can only give what man is willing to receive.
That is.
What type of fake ass Elijah Muhammad Farrakhan shit was that? I can only give what man is willing to receive. Hold on, man. That's got to be a Farrakhan quote. Farrakhan, I can only give what man is willing to receive. Louis Farrakhan has usually used the phrase, I just fucking know it. I know it. Them is Farrakhan bars you spit. Louis Farrakhan has used phrases similar to I can only give what man is willing to receive to emphasize the importance of having an open mind and a heart in order to accept divine guidance and knowledge. His teachings often stress that a person's receptiveness, not the message itself, determines what they will gain from a spiritual or intellectual lesson. Okay. All right.
Doesn't make any sense. But
Yes,
that does just answer the question.
Break it down.
Do you feel like your experience? Do you feel like your experience in the world that you can give Jonathan some advice
if he's willing to receive?
That's way out. I need to smoke a cigarette.
He gotta go. Right? Gotta get the fuck up out of there. Cause this young man is fucking delusional. And if you feel like you could give advice to Jonathan Majors, potentially you could, right? Potentially you could. I'm not saying due to your age, but just in general, no. But let's say, for example, if Jonathan Majors wanted to start rapping, you're a more experienced rapper than Jonathan Majors. So now when we enter into that arena, you have the greater experience. He's a newborn baby. You are however old you are in your experience in recording music. So in that regard, in that arena, you actually are the superior or the elder. So you would be in the position to give advice, but we're talking about just in general life, which was the context of the question of which Ray J asked. Nigga, no, you're not, right? Just be real. It's okay. There's no problem with you admitting that. You having the trouble with admitting that and acting like you didn't understand exactly what was being asked is again a testament to pride, naivety, youth, even a bit of stupidity and narcissism. It just is what it is.